lagi po sila nagdidikit-dikit. Dahil po doon sa marker, napapanatili po namin yung physical at social distancing habang nakapila. Nagiging responsable po yung mga mamimili po natin dahil po doon sa marker na nalagay ng label.
With those markers, nagiging conscious yung tao. So, pag nakita nila yon, nasusunod naman nila that they use that for physical distancing through those markers.
Reinvent every living space to suit any personality with wall art, luxury designer finish by Davis Paints. Transform your spaces with elegant, realistic-looking granite finish with Davis Wall Art Granite Tax. Experience timeless elegance and excellent durability with Davis Wall Art Fiber Tax. Bring out the smooth and modern effect of polished concrete in your spaces with Davis Wall Art Industria. Transform any blank surface into a majestic masterpiece using Davis Wall Art Maestro. Jazz up your walls with the elegance and subtle tonal effect inspired by the moire watered silk fabric using Davis Wall Art Sheepskin. Give your space a timeless look with Davis Wall Art Dolce Vita. Add an oriental vibe to your designs by creating a faux Wenge wood effect on any type of surface using Davis Wall Art Classico. Bathe your walls with elegant and luxurious finish using Davis Wall Art Lune. Inspire creativity and embrace a sophisticated look in your spaces using Davis Wall Art Metal. Bring the magnificent texture of the great deserts and grand stone structures into your walls using Davis Wall Art Textura. Whatever preference you may have when it comes to aesthetics or style sensibility, Davis Wall Art has got you covered. It's time to reinvigorate those walls and uncover new personality in your living spaces with wall art. Luxury design finish by Davis Paints. For more information, visit www.davispaints.com.ph.
There are very few things on earth that are light and strong. Bamboo for furniture, titanium for aeronautics, copper for electromechanical, and fiber for telecommunications. Strong for construction industry. This is not just a block, it is our contribution to the need for sustainable technology. Light Strong is a mix of fine, non-toxic materials. It does not contain any coarse aggregates. The resulting product of the processed mixed materials is considered concrete solid block. The aeration process makes the block lightweight. The autoclaving makes it strong, consistently strong.
Ang iyong product sa Light Strong is quite impressive sa iyang capability niya to delay sa transfer sa heat. Ang heat niya wala gid mo travel, did not travel from the area to the other opposite side of the wall. So it will give time sa whoever occupies the unit or the other home to evacuate in time.
With Light Strong blocks, at first we just substituted Light Strong blocks for concrete hollow blocks. We didn't take advantage yet of its inherent characteristic of being lightweight. Although we already had it in our mind that a lighter building would be a cheaper building, stronger one also, because there will be less gravity loads to resist of an earthquake. Any structural engineer would tell you that a heavier building would experience stronger lateral forces compared to a lightweight building. In 2013, when we had several earthquakes, the Bohol earthquake and Negros earthquake that affected several structures here in Cebu. So on that fateful day, I was tasked to construction of more than 20 facilities of the primary group. In the structures that had AAC walls, the cracking was so minute. In most cases, there were none.
Lightweight Block Corporation is the first and the only manufacturing plant of autoclaved aerated concrete blocks in the Philippines. Our brand is Lightstrong. We are located in Cebu. We can produce 3,750 square meters per day. Our quality control is anchored in AEC standards set by the American Society for Testing and Materials. Our in-house laboratory validates the quality of Lightstrong blocks before we deliver to customers. Because we understand that this technology is new in the Philippines, we created a technical team that trains the workforce of our customers.
Foundation was cheaper by at least 20%. That's a big chunk of the structural cost. There were also reductions in columns and in beams, and overall it was more than 10% structural cost savings. Any project would have a structural expense of more than half. So if you take away 10% of that, that's a very big savings for the project. For a 10-story project to have 10% savings, it's like building a 9-story building instead. Or you have the same amount for a 10-story building, you can add one more floor for the same cost.
Until now, Lightstrong is a developer's dream material for success. Now, as an end user and homeowner, I am comforted with the thought that my family is safe and secure in the very walls that Lightstrong has helped build.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, colleagues. Thank you very much for joining us once again in this first CPD, Continuing Professional Development, organized by the United Architects of the Philippines Cebu Chapter. To start our event, allow us to call first one of our sponsors, architect Juni Rubia to give us a little background of the programs of the Department of Architecture's graduate school program.
Thank you, Sir Robert. For a while, I'll try to share screen. So, in behalf of University of San Carlos School of Architecture, Fine Arts and Design Architecture Graduate Program, I would like to thank UAP Cebu for this opportunity to be one of the sponsors for this CPD1 activity. So for those who are not familiar with the University of San Carlos, USC is one of the top universities in the Philippines. In fact, during the 2019 architecture board exam, USC SAFAD is its second top performing school. So with that, we are inviting you to join USC SAFAD through graduates program in architecture because we are just the best. So why pursue graduate studies? So there are so many reasons that you are going to pursue your graduate studies, but the most basic ones is just to become an expert of that specific field. So there are so many options that the School of Architecture graduate programs is offering you. One is major in urban design. Another option is the major in architectural science. Another is for those who are into the interior architecture, Master of Architecture, major in interior architecture is one option. And for those who are considering the outdoors, Master of Architecture, major in landscape architecture is one of that option. The architecture graduate program is also offering another program that is Master in Urban Planning. You have two options. There's the thesis-based and the applied research program for those who are connected with the government. So we are making this easy for you. We know that earning while studying is very important. That's why all of our classes are scheduled on Saturdays only. And not just that, all of our classes are held online. So it would be easier for you to work while pursuing your master's degree. So how to contact us? You can just search us in Facebook, or better yet, consider enrolling and go to usc.edu.ph and choose admissions tab for more details. Any questions? Just post in chat box. And thank you, Cebu Chapter, for this opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much, Architect Rubia. And now to officially start our program, the Master of Ceremonies for tonight, it would be Architect Reynaldo Dante Jr. He will be handling the event from here on. Thank you very much once again, and I'm Robert. I am the president of UAP Cebu Chapter.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope you're having a wonderful night and doing well karong panahon's pandemic. And so first and foremost, kindly turn your attention towards the screen for the opening prayer, national anthem, UAV March, and Architects Credo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the UAP Harmony Prayer, the Philippine National Anthem, the UAP March, and the Architect's Credo. We enjoin everyone to sing and recite, in unison.
O Lord, we cry for peace. Purify our eyes to see peace. Purify our minds to understand peace.
When you're joining us, you'll see a video preview video
Linisin niyo
enabled
ang aming
or
puso
disabled by
upang
default.
mahalin ang
Simply select the
kapayapaan.
option to join in the
Linisin
meeting.
niyo ang aming diwa upang maabot ang kapayapaan.
Ang kapayapaang nagmumula sa iyong pagmamahal at pag-unawa.
O Ginoo, palig-una ang among pananaw sa kalinaw. Giniyahan sa imong inspirasyon. Bisan og aduna kay daghang pamaagi sa pagpadayeg sa imong presensya, ang estilo nimo kanunay. Kay ikaw mipadayon sa imong pakigsulti kanamong tanan. Kanunay kang nagatiman kanamong tanan.
Idan nakam o ako, apagilasinan ti kapyam, nagbibiyag akan kanayon, ang makipatpatang ken ka.
Sa pagintiyende sang imo pagkahipos kag presensya, sa paagi sang istoryahanay sa amon nga kaugalingon para matukiban namon ang buot silingon sang kabuhi.
Ing pakipagtalamitam karing aliwa, ban misulong king masampat aparalan ding sabla.
Tawi kami sa muyang kagurangnan, nin kusog, tanganing mabuhay sa pag-urolay, sa tahaw nin pagkabaranga, pasindai pagkakasirinabot.
And to build peace with all people of sincere hearts who believe in love and compassion. Amen.
Thank you. I shall work with this general objective that I am accountable to God, to Mother Earth, to my country, to my fellow men, and to myself. I shall uphold the ideals and follow the norms and ethical conduct of this noble profession. I shall pursue moral and professional excellence to the utmost level of integrity, through industrious dedication and meaningful application to my work, that merit a reputation for quality of services, worthy of fair remuneration. I shall pledge myself to the highest standard of professionalism in relation to clients, colleagues, industry partners, and society. I shall dedicate myself to the pursuit of creative endeavor towards the goal of enlightened art and science, generously sharing it. I shall respect the rights and works of my colleagues in the profession and confine my comments to constructive intents. I shall endeavor to do my duty in the protection of our common environment and the preservation of architectural heritage for the sake of the present and future generations. So help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, once
this
again,
is
good
UAP
evening.
Harmony Prayer, the Philippine.
Excuse me. Okay, once again, hello, good evening. First, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our member from the Council Fellows, College of Fellows, Margaret Rosario. And from the Council of the Past Presidents, we have Architect Art Unchuan, Architect Banji Olila, Architect Neil Crisostamo, Architect Jahan B, Architect Nico Digat, and Architect Luil Quizon. Good evening, everyone. Now, so welcome to UAP Cebu Chapter's first webinar with CPD for the R Session Drete lecture series. Tonight's topic is the online control of construction cost and efficient and effective way to control project cost. Tonight's topic is equivalent to 1 CPD unit. Take note, an exam is required. You'll need to take the exam to claim your certificates. Links will be provided once you have given your evaluation for tonight's webinar. More on the details of that later. Also later on, we will have an open forum. So if you have any questions during the seminar, you can type in the Zoom chat for our officers to collate. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. Before we move on to the main topic, I'd like to thank our sponsors, David State, AEC Lightstrong, the USC Architecture Graduate Program, and of course, tonight's presenters, the One Group. Here to give an overview about the company behind tonight's topic is co-founder and CEO of Built One Group and Built Asia. Please welcome Sir Patay Padungtin.
Hi. Sawadee krap. I'm from Thailand. Hey.
Sawadee ka, sir.
Okay. So thank you for having me here. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So shall we start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So yeah. So good evening, everyone. Architects, professional architects. My name is Patay. I'm a CEO and co-founder of Built One Group. May I share another screen here? I'll share here. Please allow me to share my screen. I use another.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
For a while.
Yeah.
Let me grant you as a co-host.
Yes. Yeah, let me try again. I have two accounts. This is not the talking account and another account for sharing.
May I know the name? This one.
The name is Fatai. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So it's been 2 years since my last visit to Cebu. Well, it is a really nice city. I want to visit it again after COVID-19. So actually, my background, I'm not an architect, I'm an engineer. I graduate in civil engineering, and I also run my construction companies since 2001, 20 years ago. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. But today is the sharing topic. Is my first part is about the experience and the theory and the practice that we develop, and then we share into construction companies across Southeast Asia, not only in Thailand. In the Philippines, we have our community of construction companies that use this kind of online construction project management concept. This is a free software, and our goal is we want to make an impact to our industry. And I will make it a quick introduction, and then Sir Gerald, my colleague, will take it to the workshop session. So a quick introduction about myself. I'm a CEO and co-founder of Build One Group. Actually, my role is an evangelist. I love to share our inspiration. I love to share my experience to people in the industry, no matter they are engineers or architects. I'm a director of SCG Build One Philippines, our subsidiary in the Philippines. We're based in Manila. And I also working with a company about human resources. And I'm a president of Thailand Tech Startup Association. So with the background of construction and talking about startup, talking about digital transformation, I think it is quite a trend that everybody in the industry should aware of. How our industry will be shifted into digital, and cost control or project management is a part of that. To change the whole industry is not just changing the big company, the large contractor, large architectural firm, or the large building manufacturing material only. But how can we change the whole industry? The bottom of the pyramid, of small and medium enterprise, that there are so many, all of us in the country, in the Philippines. There are more than 50,000 small and medium contractors, and architectural firms, engineering firms out there. How can we change them to work digitally? As you may know, construction industry is one of the least digitized industry from the research from McKinsey and company. We are the second from the bottom of the industry list that have been used digital in our process. So of course, we can use CAD, we can use building information modeling more and more today, but most of our work are still analog. We have to visit job site, we have to make a paperwork, we have to make a phone call to order materials, and to supervise our subcontractors, our trades. But this process, can it be changed into digital? So this is the topic that I'm going to talk today. We have a dream of construction united. We have a dream of better construction industry when we work together, when the digital data can be analyzed and lift up the whole industry together. We work across the professionals. It's not only residential construction, commercial construction, industrial, and infrastructure construction. I think Southeast Asia is our decade of development is coming back. In the Philippines, there are so many infrastructure investments. There are a new city building up. So it's time that we have to take this opportunity and transform the industry. We're talking about digital transformation. The words of these years, the years after 2020, it's a year of transformation into digital, and COVID-19 is one of the catalysts that stir us to transform faster. So the power of digital today can be eliminate your traditional process, conventional process, more than 80%. You can connect to your customer with better relationship, digital relationship. You build a house, you design a residential, and how can you engage with your residents, your user, your building users with digital technologies, when digital tools, the IoT can make you understand them more, and you will serve them in a better way. And most of the revenue of today's enterprise, half of them might come from digital leads, digital customers. So our company, this is our mission statement. We want to create construction industry with better efficiency and reduce some risk. So these are our enemies that we try to eliminate: inefficiency in construction process and risk in the whole industry. How can we do that? We working with a different spectrum of stakeholders, from developer, from project owner, government in Thailand, or private sector, real estate company, or a homeowner. And not only that, upstream customer, we work with contractors, designers, engineers and architects, professional, subcontractors or trades, and suppliers and manufacturers. If the whole industry has been improved a little bit in their process, making into digital, the inefficiency loss and waste in the whole supply chain can be improved. And on the other hand, if the industry can collect the data from the upstream to the downstream, it can reduce risk. It can reduce financial risk across supply chain. It's going to make better building, cheaper building, faster completion, and it's benefit for all of us. So we do believe that with digital technology today, we can increase efficiency, we can reduce risk. And this is a story of one of our products. We have a team of 120 people based in Thailand and in Manila. We develop many kind of software, but today we're going to talk to the most impactful software that we made since 2010. It's called Build.com. It is my personal goal to solve my previous pain as a contractor. As I told you, I'm an engineer, and my early ventures, I'm a contractor by myself. I face a lot of challenge from controlling costs. I use a spreadsheet, I use accounting software, but I still lost in many projects. And I don't know what loss that happened, why I cannot make a proper profit as I expected at the early when the project start. But we have to dealing with so many unforeseen. We have to dealing with hundreds or thousands of construction materials. There are a lot of challenge along the way that make contractors is one of the most challenging occupation. So why construction cost control is different from others? Why cannot just easily use spreadsheet? Of course, spreadsheet is flexible. It can be applied to any industry. But take a look into this particular our construction industry. It is a project based, right? Every project that we make have a timeline. We have a starting point, finishing point, and we have a budget to control it. We have to compete with ourselves to make the margin as we expected. Once you project award, you didn't compete with others. You just compete with yourself. You just try to control everything in the project to be in place. But we have to dealing with thousands of materials. We have to dealing with hundreds of laborers and trades and subcontractors, and sometimes unforeseen site conditions. You may have seen some typhoon or flood in Thailand. We have a lot of flood. We have like some political rally nearby the site. It is unforeseen, right? And it's not, we haven't placed it in our bill of quantity when we start quoting to our customer that this unforeseen going to happen. We can place some contingency budget, but sometimes cannot cover. And another challenge is the project is not in the place. We are not like manufacturing that production line is just close to your office that you can supervise it every day. But this is the construction site. Sometimes you have construction site in the other provinces. You have to fly to visit the site. It is decentralized operations, right? You cannot be there every day. You just have to schedule to be there. And the most challenging is we got payment terms. We have to, sometimes we have some advance payment from customer, but it's not cover the whole thing. You have to inject your cash. You have to install products in the place, and then you can ask for the interim payment. So the customer pay you later after you install, after you cast the concrete in place, after you finish your work. So that is the challenge of construction cost control. And of course, spreadsheet is flexible, but with some knowledge or some best practice, I think we can make it easier to control this construction cost control challenge. And today, things change. I can be here in Bangkok and I can talk to you guys from Cebu without any hitch. So thanks for digital technologies today. Thanks for Zoom. And my question is, how can we use this technology to our daily life more than just chat, more than just search, more than just a digital drawing, any other process that you can do? From paperwork, I do believe that construction can be paperless. I work with one of the largest contractors in Thailand. They use our solutions, and then they can make a paperless process, paperless inventory, paperless payroll, and everything is paperless. So that is a big company, they can change. But we are talking about small and I can say more flexible, right? When you are SME, small and medium enterprise, small and medium business, you are more flexible. You can change, you can adapt to this kind of technology better, faster. But you have to understand the concept, why we have to change. Because today, the data is everywhere. The data from construction site, you are the designer, you are the architect, or some of you might become a design builder, right? You also design and you also build. You create a lot of data points every day, every second that you are working on, you create digital data points. But if you can collect those data, analyze it, and to make a useful information for your decision making, so that's going to change your business. And when you collectively have this information more and more, it becomes your knowledge, and you become an expert in some subject. So that's why we built build.com. You can Google it, Build Philippines, th.build.com. Sir Gerald will talk about it later. We want to make it business management tools, not just an project management tool. It is a total business management tool that you can manage your project and you can manage your business at the same place. We are talking about job costing. Every job that you make, you have to set up some goals and you have to measure it on every daily basis. What's going on to your project? Is it going to be cost overrunning? This is going to be delay. Your cash flow is in proper management or not? Or sometimes site and office collaboration, right? You have to communicate, collaborate with your colleagues that they never visit job site before because they are office staff. And sometimes when you're doing a great job, how can you promote yourself? How can you do online marketing for your construction company? So this is a features that we develop it for more than 10 years and we make it free. It's a free cost control software, free cost control workshop. It's free. since 2010. I remember the early days of this idea. I want to make a free software. People said, "Are you crazy? You are not Facebook. You are not Google. You're not that big company. How can you make a free software?" Because this is my industry, and I believe that construction industry is big enough to make this kind of free software viable. It has to be some way. I'm not a charity. This is a business model. It's free, but we offering e-commerce construction material sales for our user. We offering sponsorship with some construction brands, but our major revenue actually coming from e-commerce. The user can use our software free and unlimited usage, unlimited user. But after they manage their project in the better way, they can easily just 1 or 2 clicks to order material from our partners. So that's why I can make this free software viable and expand into the Philippines. The theory behind the application is quite simple. I'm going to talk about the concept of cost control. So no matter you are which nationality in Thailand, in Philippines, in Singapore, actually the concept of cost control is the same. If you want to control something, you have to break it into small pieces, right? And then you control the small piece. The more pieces, the more details, the more fine pieces to be controlled. It may be trade off with some complexity, right? So if this case is a hotel building at the budget of like 100 million peso, let's say. If you are an architect and you are the builders that sign a contract with the customer that I'm going to build this hotel at 100 million peso. Actually, you might have some number in your mind that you set up some budget, right? 100 million is a contract price, is awarded price. In your mind, it's probably, let's say, 80 million is your target budget. If you reach 80, it means you reach your target. Sometimes it becomes 85, sometimes it becomes 90. You still survive. You still have some profit, but it's lesser than you expected. But if it becomes more than 100, of course, it's cost overrunning. From now on, it's a loss from this project, right? So you're going to control it around 80, let's say. So you have 80 in your mind. If you break down that 80 million peso into small pieces, it's called breakdown structure, right? We have work breakdown structure or cost breakdown structure as a theory of construction management. But I want to make it simple without any graduate degree in civil engineering or architect. I think small and medium builders should understand this. If you break it into bigger pieces, it's easy to control, but it's so rough, right? It's rough. But if it make it too detailed of controlling, you have to work. Like Spider-Man said, great power comes with responsibility, right? So what is the optimum way to control it? Not too much and not too low. Not too much and not too less, let's say. I recommend that this is a major category of construction cost. From our bill of quantities, then when we propose to our customer, it might be simpler than this. But actually, our cost from the project can be categorized in 5 main categories. Material cost, of course, you know it. Labor cost, equipment cost. I think more and more construction projects in our region we use more equipment and tools to replace labor, right? Labor are going to be more expensive in the future. And sometimes you just subcontract it out to the trades, to the subcontractors. And lastly, it is the overhead cost. It is the indirect cost. So there are 5 categories. First 4, we call it direct cost, right? And the last one is indirect cost. Okay. I think this 5 main category is fair enough. But if you want to control it, specifically, this is architectural work, this is structural work. This is mechanical sanitary work. You have to break it down a little bit more into subdivision. So I make it a template in Thailand and in Metro Manila, in some, I think our user in Cebu as well also use this kind of template. With these 5 main categories, let's say, imagine if you want to control your cost without computer, you have an empty room, you put the basket, right? Let's say you have a basket, dark blue basket, light blue, green, yellow, and red basket in the room. And each basket, if you buy something, if you hire someone, you write down the receipt and put it into the basket to control your actual cost, right? And at the end of the day, you just calculate, you just sum up those costs, and it will be cost for some specific purpose. If we make this kind of basket concept, the dark blue basket, we have 18 smaller basket, right? From earthwork, concrete work, form work, reinforced bar, steel, metal work, masonry, roofing, or whatever, to build a house, to build a building. This is 18 subcategories that combine into major category of 100. 100 means it is materials. And this is a pattern that from 100 into 200 is the same pattern, but it is a labor cost. And 300 is equipment cost. 400 is the subcontractor cost. So this is the direct cost. It's the same pattern from 101 into 118, 201 into 218, 18 subcategory, except the category number 5, which is indirect cost. Indirect cost is the cost that not go directly to build that building. It is temporary work. You have to build some access road. You have to build some fences. You have to design fee, consultant fee, architectural fee, or some administrative charge, health and safety, tax, marketing, advertising, entertainment, or sometimes in my country, like under table, sometimes. That is indirect cost, right? It's not directly to make that building, but you have to register any single peso that you're gonna pay into the cost control, no matter if it is. Like sometimes I grab some beers for the workers. That cost of beers they're gonna celebrate with workers gonna be charged into some projects, right? We don't allow any cost that does not register into any cost code like this. So this is a cost code concept. This is a simple concept that I try to say. It is a pattern, right? 101 is a material for earthwork. So if today I just rent a front end loaders or backhoe to my job site and I dig it, this is equipment cost, right? Renting a backhoe, renting an excavator is 301. And if I buy some earth fill to fill up this hole in on site, it is a material cost. It is 101. And if I just hire some laborers out there to just dig it manually, it is 201. Or if I just subcontract to someone, it is 401. So earthwork job, earthwork code can be using in different ways, from material, labor, equipment, and subcontracting. And start with number 1. Let's say 101 is earthwork. 107 is the finishing work of architectural work, from wall, floor, ceiling. 108 is the doors and windows. Let's say if you buy doors from the Ace Hardware, let's say, I don't know if they have doors or not, but it is, you have to register no matter how many 100,000 peso you purchase. It is the cost that have to be registered into 108 cost code. And number 5 is the overhead cost, right? No, it is telephone bills, electricity, water, internet bills is going to 555. So this is a template of cost code. We call it cost code. It's a code for simple cost control. You don't need to reinvent by yourself. You can just use this, and then when you experience it for a while, you might understand yourself, and you might rethink it. Hey, I need more of this complex cost code. You can customize it later. But my experience is, if you make it too complex, your colleagues, your administrative staff might not help you through this process. I don't want cost control to be difficult work that only the architect or engineers can do. I believe in decentralization. I want administrative staff, I want our purchasing staff, accountant can do the same thing. They can share our workload. Because our professional engineers and architects, we have so many jobs that require only us to do, not this paperwork, not this spreadsheet work. We have to visit site, we have to creative problem solving on the job site. So don't make this kind of paperwork or process to hinder your professional work. So it's coming to the concept before going to the software. The simple concept again, this is from the theory of work breakdown structure or cost breakdown structure. I turn cost breakdown structure theory into practice. With a simple practice, 3 process from planning and make it actual record, actual register of costing, invoicing. You can make it easy and do it every day, and then you can get the reporting. So just 3 bubbles like this. I write it down as a chart. Build is designed by a lazy engineer like me, a small business owner who have to do everything from quantity takeoff to bidding, to negotiation, to hiring some staff, and visit job site for quality control. You can imagine, right? Small and medium business. There are so many works that one people have to handle. So you cannot put so many complex process here. Our job site is complex enough. I try to make a simple process for everyday back office work. So you can just skip some process, or you can just make it completely perfect on the process that we design, or just easily skip. I make a dot line here of the process that you can easily skip. You just input project information and skip budgeting and skip milestone payment milestone targeting. But if you can do that, everything is gonna be better and perfect for your report. And we also, the key activity is the actual cost. You have to register every single peso of your spending. You're spending a lot. You're spending every day, from the field, from the material cost, from the labor cost. How can you register it easily to the job site? You can just use mobile phone, log in into ph.build.com and register some quick update of your cost, take a photo of your bills, or you can just come back to office and input it every day, every single purchase order or non-purchase order. Previously, no matter you have purchase order or not, or you just easily call to your close acquainted building store. But anyway, you better register it properly for reporting and for analyzing your data to be for your next step of growth, right? Create purchase order here on Build, and then allocation the cost to that basket, to that cost code. We have 99 cost code for you. This is material for earthwork. This is material for doors and windows. Just allocate it the cost, and then someone can approve it. This is the key that Build is different from Excel spreadsheet, because Excel is not workflow. You don't need to approve anything on spreadsheet, right? And somebody can just messing up by changing your formula or delete some cells and make the whole thing gone. This is a process. This is a workflow. So someone have to be approved. Build is a software that designed for everyone. The architect can use, the business owner can use, for the job site can use. Somebody have the authority to approve it. And print some documents or just print it out as a PDF to as a evidence of approval. You can do the same thing on the invoice side, because invoice is a cash flow in, right? And purchase order is a planning committed cost that you're gonna pay to someone, to your suppliers. And then you can just create reporting. There are many kinds of reports on Build, from executive to operational reports. You can have this kind of report like professional S-curve, the category report, and you can see what's going on to your project easily without making another analysis or PowerPoint or graph from Excel. It's already there, designed for construction companies. You can see the whole project list. Some projects you might have some loss, some project is profitable, but overall as a business, as a head office overrun of charge, you can see the whole picture of the business performance right now. So in Thailand, we have 35,000 construction companies run their business every day on Build. We have this kind of session every week. In the Philippines, I think our training session is every 2 weeks. I've been meeting a lot of small and medium contractors. I learned their constraint, I learned their challenge, and I try to adapt it and make it possible. And I also learned from them that this free software can not just using for everyday use. They can set up the key performance index. They can share information to their shareholders, more transparent for the work, their staff as well. Sometimes you want to pay your staff a better bonus, but what is the indicator that this guy have better and deserve more bonus than others? I think it has to be something that measurable. The data from Build.com is measurable and you can use it as your KPI. And not only in your company, as a whole, this is what we can contribute to like a local chapter of architect and engineer and the whole industry. In Thailand, we do a lot of research based on the data on Build. We analyze the cost of the whole industry. If you build a residential house in Thailand, 52% of the cost is the material cost, 14% is the labor cost, 1.4 is equipment cost. This is going to be a baseline for a new project. Or dig deeper, we work with some academics, some university to make a deeper research. What's going on if the steel bar price is increased 5% because of China impact, and it's going to affect to the whole construction cost or not. So we can simulate it. We can have this kind of material cost breakdown. This is the data from Thailand. I just bring it to share you the benefit of having the data for the industry. And this is another example that I really like it because of we track the rework cost, the defect correction cost. So every time you build a house and before you handle to the owner, sometimes you have to do a lot of rework, right? Correction, defect correction. If you can set up the target of defect, building a house, a small house, you should have like 1.5% of correction cost. If you can make bed lower than 1.5%, I can give this incentive to the foreman or the supervisor. You can make a better quality construction work. If you work and bad quality and it increased more than 1.8%, it means it's gonna be some penalty for a quality of your work. So having data, you have information to make a decision what's going on. And it's free. I keep it 100% free forever. It can reduce your workload. It can be benefits in many ways. I'm running out of time, but in Thailand, we built up a community. We hope that you can help us spread the word about this free software. If you can use it by yourself and you get some benefits, please share with us. My goal is how can we make Filipinos contractors making more profit, 5% for next year. In this challenging time, people say economic is got some impact from COVID-19, but I believe that we can increase the profit of
Mr. Patay, sorry, you were muted. It's just for
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I want to make it make it impactful for the industry, right? Increase 5% profit for the industry, for the small and medium contractors. Increase their revenue, reduce their cost. For the procurement, if we combine our order together from small and medium contractors together, we can bargain to the manufacturer, right? Or we can manage your logistic cost and to reduce the cost for every project. And that's coming to the concept is free, allow you to have more connections, to connect to others and saving more by the e-commerce of the construction material purchase. And we also have a level of user, we call it Pro Network, which is the user construction companies, architectural firms that use build more than at some certain times. You work it every day regularly. You become a Pro Network, which have more benefits. You get the promotion, online marketing. You will be featured in our website talking about your credential, your professional work, and you have business management tools and you run it properly. So we can guarantee in some way that you are not just a small and nobody contractors. You are educated professional contractors. This is a community that we're building up. In the Philippines right now, we have around 40 pro network out there in many provinces. And also we have a tool that very helpful for the architect. It's called Build 360. This is not free, but it's paid, but it makes the life of architects and contractors easier today. I have my clients in Phuket. They can just use this 360 site inspection concept to monitor their construction site by remotely. Remote site access instantly anywhere from any, when you say in Cebu and you can just visit your other site, other province. And faster construction progress documentation. Let's make a quick look on this. This is a bamboo restaurant in Thailand, not in Bangkok, in upcountry, but they use this kind of 360 camera progress tracking. We can just comparing time on time. This is 15 days ago, and then from yesterday, what's going on for the project. Let's say this ceiling is not installed yet, right? The gypsum is still opening. You can see what's pipe, plumbing pipe or electrical pipe out there. And this is a very simple, affordable tool that we bring it to the Philippines right now. If you are Pro Network, it is 50% off for Pro Network and very useful. It's not just taking a photo, but you can walk throughout your floor plan from point to point and comment, attach files, sharing some documents with some status, and tagging. This is IFI, request for quotation, defect, action, and some good jobs to communicate with your colleagues. That's an example of our work. To be summarized, we want to eliminate risk in construction industry by using digital tools, right? Cost control is one of the digital tools that we're happy to introduce today. In our professionals, we are talking about managed projects. Construction management is about manage time, cost, and quality, right? This tripod of construction management, people say that you can get only 2 out of these 3 aspects, right? You can make a fast project, cheap project, but the quality is not good. You can make fast project, high quality, but it's going to be expensive. Or you make a very cheap project, high quality, but it's going to be long time charity work. You have to select these 2 out of 3. But the key is which one is the most important to be successful in construction business. I think the key is pretty clear that time is the most important. So you have to dedicate your work and just let the system do something for you. This paperwork, this payment process, let digital tools work for you, and let your eyes as an architect and engineer do the construction site work, right? To control the quality and then to control the use of materials, which is the cost, right? This is a construction management concept, but to control it as a business, you have to embrace the business management concept into construction management concept. You have to merge these two fields from construction management and business management. Our friends who graduate in MBA, they learn about sales and marketing, human resource, accounting and finance, business development strategy. The business management aspect, the fundamental of them is about data. If you have data, you can manage it in the better way. So if we combine construction management and business management together to make a successful construction business management, it's about time and data. So that's all from my session. Sorry for delay, and thank you for your time. Any question, please?
Thank you, Sir Patay. Questions will be held later.
Okay. Yeah.
For the
So let's
open
shift
forum.
into the workshop session.
So we can continue to the workshop now?
Yes, please.
Okay. So continuing for the workshop, here tonight is the user experience specialist over at SCG Built on Philippines since 2018. He is a BS Computer Science graduate from UP Diliman. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Gerald Campagnano.
Hello po. Hello, good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Sir Dante. Thank you, Sir Robert, for inviting us sa event na ito. No? So let me just share my screen. Alright, so ayan. So let's start. No? So I think si Sir Robert, sinend niya na yung instructions on how to register sa ating software, no? Kasi before you will be able to use our software, you need to create your account first, no? So kung sa mga nandito ngayon sa event natin, no, kung hindi pa kayo nakaka-register, wala pa kayong account sa ating software, ang kailangan nyo lang gawin is visit our website, no? So our website is buildph.com. So just open your browser and then type in sa inyong address bar yung ating website, buildph.com, and then just click on register for free to create your account. So free lang yung software natin. Again, wala kayong mabayaran na anything to create your account. So sa mga hindi pa nakaka-register na wala pa kayong mga account, I suggest na to register now so that later when we go through all the features, all the modules that we have in Build, you will be able to follow us, no? So yun. Pero kung naka-register na kayo, kung naka-create na kayo ng account, you can click on login. And click nyo lang yung login, and then so this is our login page, no? So just enter your login credentials, yung pinang-register nyo na account kanina, just enter those credentials, no? So for me, that's gerald@built.com, and enter your password. Ayan. So kapag nakapag-login na kayo sa ating software, ito yung page actually na makikita nyo. So ito yung page na mabubuksan nyo. So this page is actually what we call the My Build module, no? Yung pangalan ng unang page na makikita nyo when you open the software is the My Build module. So you can see the name of the module dito sa upper left corner ng inyong screen, no? So yan yung name ng ating module, My Build module. And then if you click on yung downward arrow sa tabi niya, yung downward arrow sa tabi niya, you will see the other modules in Build. So we have the My Build, Cost Control, and Company Profile, Connect, List Manager, Build for Supplier. So if you want to move from one module to another, all you have to do is, again, click on the downward arrow and then select nyo lang yung module na gusto yung buksan. So pero ang mahalaga dito, no, yung module na nakasulat ngayon, yun yung module na ina-access nyo. So right now, we're at the My Build module. Ayan. And then sa upper right corner naman, you will see your company name, no? So for the purpose of this workshop, I will be using my company IBP Builder Corp. No? So ito yung maging name ng company ko, and then sa baba niyan should be your name. And company name and then your name. So yan lang yung basic parts ng ating software, no? So ano nga ba yung My Build module? So ano ba tong My Build module? No? Basically, para lang siyang Facebook timeline or Facebook group for our contractors, engineers, architect, no? All over the Philippines. Ayan. So pwede kayong mag-post ng anything related sa construction industry dito, no? So kunwari may mga events kayo na gustong i-promote, yan, pwede nyo sila i-post dito, or you learn something new, no, sa construction industry, or new trend na gusto nyo i-share sa iba pang mga contractors or other users na nandito, ayan, pwede nyo rin silang i-share dito. So, and so pwede kayo siguro mag-post ng hello, United Architects. And so pwede kayo mag-post dito ng anything, no? And pwede nyo post, pwede rin kayo mag-comment and mag-like sa mga post dito. So siguro ang suggestion ko, what I suggest, if you're new sa ating platform, if bago lang kayo, what you can do is actually tell us something about your company, introduce yung company nyo, so that other contractors will also know about you. So, and so we actually have some other contractors here na post sila ng kung ano yung mga services na ino-offer nila and anong klaseng company meron sila. So you can also do this, no? So, and you can like and also comment. You can meet other contractors. And here sa ating right sidebar, you can see our sponsors. So ito yung reason nga why Build is free, because we have sponsors who advertise with us. So ayun, ang maganda naman dito kay Build, yung mga sponsors natin nasa right sidebar lang sila. So hindi naman sila magpa-pop up anywhere while we work sa Build, no? Nasa gilid lang sila. So hindi sila mang-iistorbo, no? So sa right sidebar lang sila. So mamaya siguro kung may time kayo, no, maybe you can check out our sponsors na sa right side. Or if you're interested in becoming our sponsors and having your advertisement here, you can also contact us about that. And so, andyan lang sila sa gilid. So, ayun. By the way, guys, kung may problem kayo na encounter during registration, you can send yung mga, kung may concern kayo during registration sa chat box so that we can assist you kung may problem kayo na encounter. Ayan. But anyway, we can move to the next module. So again, no, to select another module, ang gagawin nyo lang is click on the downward arrow. Ayan, click nyo yan. And then let's go to the company profile module. So click natin yung company profile module. Okay, so as you can see, ay nag-change na yung name ng ating module. So now we're in the company profile module. So ito yung itsura niya. So ano ba yung company profile? Basically, yung company profile, ito yung parang website nyo kay Build. No? So we also have another parang feature na pwede nyo gamitin to create your website. So parang ito is bonus feature lang ni Build, no, that you can use to increase your for your marketing, no. So yun yung company profile, o kumbaga ito yung website nyo kay Build, no. So ngayon, I'll show you quickly how to edit yung mga content or yung paano nyo i-edit yung website nyo kay Build. So sobrang dali lang yan. So under the company profile module, just click on the edit your website. Ayan, edit your website, no. And then here, ayan, ito yung edit your website. And you can edit your company name, and pwede yung palitan yung company name nyo, your website URL, your registration type, your basic contact information. So I think ito yung pinaka-important na dapat ina-update natin lagi kasi yan yung i-update yung head office location nyo, country, province, zip code, office phone number, your email address, Facebook page, ayan. Kung may sarili kayong website, you can also link your own website here. So important na i-update natin yung contact information so that anyone na makakabisita or makakakita ng website natin kay Build will know kung saan tayo pwedeng makontak, no? So malay nyo, potential customer pala yun. So maganda na updated yung ating contact information. So ayan. You can also update other information such as tax identification number, establishment year, association, standards, and business type. And then you can also lagay ng checkmark yung mga expertise nyo, no? So if you have expertise, you can also add your expertise. And then kung kulang yung mga information na yan, you can add more information by introducing your company here, no? So you can add a brief introduction about your company, ano yung ginagawa ng company nyo. You can also add them here. And then just click sa baba, save. And then yun, ma-update yun na yung inyong company profile or yung website nyo kay Build. Then aside from this information, you can also upload products or services, no? So kung gusto nyo parang mag-create ng parang product catalog sa website nyo, para yung mga customer nyo, madali nilang makikita kung ano yung mga products and services na in-offer nyo sa inyong company, just click on product dito sa product section. And then click lang yung add product or service. Ayan. And then fill upan nyo lang yung information, yung product name, category, detail ng product nyo na ino-offer. Kung may presyo, pwede nyo lagyan. And of course, upload nyo yung product image or service image na ino-offer nyo. And then just click create, and then lalabas na siya as one of the products and services na ino-offer nyo. So magkakaroon kayo sa website nyo ng parang product catalog, no? And then another one is references. Ito naman yung mga, kung gusto nyo i-showcase sa website nyo naman yung mga projects na nagawa nyo before, you can also create parang project portfolio. So under the reference section, just click on add reference and fill upan nyo lang din yung form, no? Yung mga details ng project nyo dati. Upload nyo yung photo ng finished project nyo, and then just click on save. And then lalabas na rin siya as one of your references. So magkakaroon na rin kayo ng project portfolio sa inyong website. So bakit nga ba important yung company profile? Bakit ko gustong ipa-edit sa inyo to? Bakit gusto kong ipagamit sa inyo? Kasi kung si Bill kasi, no, we have SEO kay Bill. So if you're not yet familiar with SEO, SEO actually stands for Search Engine Optimization. So basically, ito yung parang algorithm ni Google na ginagamit niya to rank yung mga search results sa kanya. So normally, di ba, when we go to Google and then we look for something we search, no, nag-search tayo, hindi naman tayo umaabot sa 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th page ni Google, no. Normally, yun nasa first page result, yun na yung binubuksan natin, yun na yung tinitignan natin. So dahil si Built, no, we have SEO, we can actually help your company profile or website nyo kay Built, no, be placed on the first page result ni Google. So ganun nag-work yung SEO. So actually, I can show you how it works, no. So for example, if you go to Google and google.com and then i-search natin yung isa sa mga contractor namin na gumagamit kay Built, no, 5GM Builders. So if you type 5GM Builders sa Google, as you can see, yung top search result, no, yung number 1 search result is actually their company profile kay Built, no. Kung i-compare mo, mas mataas pa yun sa Facebook page nila, yung Facebook page nila pang 3rd search result lang, no. So ayan, so ganun nag-work yung SEO. So again nga, kung wala pa kayong ginagamit na website for your company, you can utilize Built's company profile to create your website for free, no. So hindi mo na kailangan pang mag-hire ng programmer or ng website developer to create your website. Kayo mismo, kayang-kaya nyo siyang ma-edit or magawa, no. So let's take a look at the website of 5GM Builder so that you will have an idea on how your website will look like kung matatapos yun na siya, no. So let's open 5GM Builder's website, and sobrang simple lang ng itsura niya. Yan, you will have your logo on top, ayan, ilang views na yung website nyo, office address, telephone number, email address, and yung description about your company, and then yung mga projects na nagawa nyo before, and products and services na ino-offer nyo. So ayan, so ganun lang. So yung mga customers nyo, pwede nila makita yung website nyo madali, and makita nila yung mga ino-offer nyo, mga projects na meron kayo dati. So ganun nag-work yung company profile, no. Ganun nag-work yung ating company profile module. So if you want to parang increase your online presence, no, you can use Built's company profile module for that. But anyway, ito is added feature lang, no, bonus feature that we have in Built. And we can now move to the next module. So kung may questions kayo, no, about this module, you can leave your questions sa ating Zoom group chat na lang. And so let's move to the next module. Click natin yung downward arrow, and then let's go to the list manager module. Yan, click natin yan. Okay, so for the list manager module, again, as you can see, nag-change na yung name ng module natin. So now we're in the list manager module. Sa list manager module, you can manage 3 different things. No? You can manage your team, you can manage your suppliers, and you can also manage your customers. So ito basically yung gagamitin module to set up our company kay Built, no? To set up yung business natin. So let's start with team, no? Sa team section muna tayo. Sa construction business, no, hindi naman tayo nagtatrabaho mag-isa lang, no. We don't work alone, we don't work solo, no. We work as a team, we work as a group, we work with our employees. So ito yung maganda kay Built kasi you can actually invite your employees to join your company in Built, and then together, no, you can work together, you can collaborate, no, using our software. So, and ito very relevant din, especially now that we're experiencing pandemic, no, maraming cities naka-lockdown. So ito maganda kasi what you can do is you can invite your employees and then you can work together kahit nasa iba't ibang location man kayo. So kahit naka-work from home yung employees nyo, no, you can work together pa rin, no, using our software. So now I'll show you how to invite your employees to join your company. So under the list manager section, under the list manager module sa team section and team, no, just click on invite employee. And then just enter the name of your employee. So let's say kunwari ang pangalan ng employee ko is Juan de la Cruz. So lagyan niyo yung pangalan ng employee niyo when you're inviting your employee, and then enter yung email address ng inyong employee. So Ang important lang dito, no, bawat employee nyo should have their own email address kasi ito yung gagamitin nila pang login sa ating software. So, yun. So, ilagay nyo lang kung ano yung email address ng inyong employee. So, kunwari, ang email address ng aking employee is juan@email.com. So, kunwari, ganyan lang, no? Example lang. And then, select nyo lang yung job function ng employee nyo. So, ano ba si employee nyo? Part ba siya ng management? Site engineer ba siya? Site architect, foreman, and quantity surveyor, estimator, and marami tayong pagpipilian. Designer, purchasing, sales, marketing, accounting, finance, administrator, personnel, others. No, select nyo lang yung job function ng employee nyo. So, kunwari ang job function ng employee natin ay siya ay part of the purchasing. So, i-click ko lang yung purchasing and then click on next. So next part is select module. No? So hindi naman porket in-invite natin si Juan to join our company, lahat na pwede niya magalaw. But of course, you can limit yung access ng employee niyo kung anong mga modules lang yung pwede nila magamit or magalaw. No? So for Juan, siguro pwede siya sa cost control module. Lalagyan ko lang ng check yung cost control module. If pwede siya for the company profile module, ayan, lagyan ko lang din ng check. No? If pwede siya for the list manager module, lagyan ko lang din ng check. So, ganun lang, no? Lagyan nyo ng mga checkmark yung mga modules na pwedeng i-access ng employee nyo. So, sobrang dali lang, no? And then just click on next. Sa third part is role setting, no? So, dito naman, for each module na sinelect natin kanina, we have the cost control, company profile, and then the list manager module. You can actually further limit yung access ng employee nyo dun sa mga certain modules, no? Halimbawa, sa cost control module, ano yung role niya doon? Ano yung pwedeng gawin ng employee nyo for that module? So, ang gagawin nyo lang is drag the blue circle depending on the level of access that you want to give your employee. So, kunwari si Juan hanggang data entry lang siya for cost control module, you can set the blue circle up to this level. No? But if you want to give your employees more responsibilities, all you have to do is drag the blue circle higher. Ayan. So, kunyari purchasing manager si Juan, so I can set the blue circle up to this level. Anyway, guys, may guide tayo sa gilid, no, on what that role can do, no? So hindi naman kayo malilito or maliligaw kung ano yung ginagawa ng role na yan. So may description tayo sa gilid on that particular role. So pwede yung makita, basahin na lang kung ano yung ginagawa niyan, ano yung pwedeng magawa ng role na yan. So ganun lang siya. And then for the reports, ganun din, ano yung mga reports na pwedeng ma-access or makita, mabuksan ng employee nyo. Just drag the blue circle, no, depending on the level of reports na pwedeng makita ng employee nyo. So ganyan lang. And then click on next. Next part, and for company profile module, ano yung role niya doon? Ay marketer ba siya? Pwede ba siya sa executive documents? Ayan. So select nyo lang yung job function or yung role nung employee nyo for the company profile module. Click on next. List manager module, ano yung pwede niyang gawin doon? Ganun lang din. Drag nyo lang yung blue circle. Ayan. And then click on next. Ayan, so ang mangyayari lang doon, no, kapag click nyo yung next, is yung employee nyo will receive an email from BIF, parang email invitation. So ang kailangan lang gawin ng employee nyo is open his email and then accept that email invitation. Then pag in-accept niya na yun, no, pwede na siyang mag-login, pwede na siyang mag-register sa BIF. So makikita nyo, kapag yung status ng employee nyo is waiting for user to join, ibig sabihin, hindi pa niya ina-accept yung email invitation. But once na yung employee nyo in-accept niya na yun, nag-create na siya ng account, from waiting for user to join, magiging joined na yung status ng employee nyo. So once joined na yung status ng employee nyo, pag nag-login siya sa ating software, mau-open niya na yung company nyo under build. No? But of course, with a set of restrictions na binigay nyo sa kanya, so hindi naman niya magagalaw lahat. Kung ano lang yung binigay yung restrictions, yun lang yung ma-access niya. So ganun naman siya nag-work. Ayan. So yun yung ating list manager team. No? So ganun lang kadali mag-manage ng team members. Wala rin tayong limitation in terms of number of invites na pwede nyo gawin. No? Kahit gaano pa karaming employees yan, pwede nyo silang i-invite. So we don't have a limit in terms of number of team members na pwede nyo i-add. Next section is for suppliers. So ito naman, we also provide yun na parang isang database na pwede nyo gamitin na listahan ng mga suppliers nyo. Kung dati siguro, ang ginagawa nyo, nagko-collect kayo ng business cards and ng mga suppliers. Some tendency minsan yung business cards natin is nami-misplace natin or nasisira. So nawawala, no? Maganda dito, no? Nasa isang listahan na lang lahat ng suppliers nyo. And hindi naman kailangang i-worry. Itong listahan na to is sa inyo lang, no? Kayo lang yung may access ng listahan na to. And of course, yung mga employees nyo na binigyan nyo ng access. So ito is parang internal listahan nyo lang with your employees, no? Listahan ng suppliers nyo. So how to create your suppliers? So paano yung ilalagay yung suppliers nyo dyan? Sobrang dali lang. Just click on create supplier. Enter nyo yung name ng supplier nyo. So kunyari, De La Cruz Hardware. Ayan. Kunyari sample lang. Contact persons, kunyari si Juan. Ayan. Telephone number ng supplier nyo. Fax number ng supplier nyo. Sorry, fax number. And then kung may email address yung supplier nyo, you can also add the email address of your supplier. So, juan@email.com. Kunwari lang, no? Country, kung saan yung country ng inyong supplier, Philippines. Province, kung saan yung province, kunyari sa Cebu. Ayan. And then kung gusto nyo mas specific kayo sa address ng supplier nyo, pwede nyo rin ilagay. Kunyari, 123 Cebu City. Ganyan, no? Kung gusto nyo mas specific kayo sa address ng inyong supplier. And then kung may remarks kayo or note about the supplier, you can also add remarks. So kunwari, itong supplier na to ay steel supplier. And so pwede nyo ilagay din. And just click on save. And then, ayan, so pagka-save nyo, lalabas na rin siya as one of your suppliers. And so De La Cruz Hardware. And so ganun lang siya kadali, no? So ito namang suppliers list na to, pag nag-add kayo ng supplier dito, hindi naman kailangan ng supplier nyo mag-register kay Built, no? So again nga, ito is parang internal lang na listahan nyo ng mga suppliers. Ang benefit lang of managing your suppliers here is that later when we create purchase orders, no? So kung gagawa kayo ng purchase orders, ang gagawin nyo na lang when you use our software is iselect kung kaninong supplier kayo bibili ng materials, and then si Built na yung bahala mag-generate ng purchase order template with the supplier information. So di mo na kailangan pang i-copy paste or i-type ng paulit-ulit yung information ng supplier mo dun sa purchase order. So automatic na yung gagawin ni Built for you. So mas bibilis yung ating trabaho na mas nagkakaroon tayo ng system when it comes to doing our work, no? So mamaya papakita natin kung paano gagawin yung mga purchase orders. So pero yun, ganun lang siya kadaling add yung mga suppliers. Then meron din tayo same naman din for customers. So ganun lang din. For customers list, ganun lang, internal list nyo lang din to with your employees ng mga customers nyo. So how to add your customers? So ganun lang din, click nyo lang yung create customer. Lagay nyo lang, kunyari, name De La Cruz Corporation. Contact person, yan si Juan ulit, no? Telephone number. Fax number, ganun lang din. Email address ng customer nyo. Country. Province, kunyari Cebu. Kung gusto nyo mas specific pa kayo sa address ng customer nyo, you can add the specific address of your customer. Kunyari 123 Cebu City. And then kung may remarks or notes kayo about the customer, you can also add the remarks. And then just click on save, continue, and then yan, lalabas na siya as one of your customers. So ganun lang din, no? Ito, internal lang din na listahan nyo. So hindi rin kailangan ng customer nyo mag-register kay Bilk. So wala naman silang invite na marireceive. Yung team lang yun. So ito, listahan nyo lang talaga. Ang benefit lang of managing your customers here is that later when you create invoices, no? So mamaya kapag kunyari magbabayad yung customer mo, so ang gagawin mo na lang is select kung sinong customer yung nagbayad, and then si Built na yung bahalang mag-generate ng invoice template with the customer information. So yun nga, hindi mo na kailangan din i-copy paste or i-type ng paulit-ulit yung information ng customer mo sa invoice. Si Built na yung mag-generate for you. So ayun yung ating customer. So ganun lang kadaling mag-manage ng list manager, no, for teams, suppliers, and customers. So yun lang yung tatandaan nyo dito, no? So ayan. Okay, so next one, I think, yun, so dahil nakaset up na tayo ng team natin, ng supplier and customers, I think we're now ready to do the actual cost control, no? So ituturo ko na sa inyo ngayon kung paano nagagawin yung cost control. So click natin yung downward arrow and then let's go to the cost control module. Alright, so for the cost control module, ito yung itsura niya. And as you can see, nag-change na rin yung name ng module natin to cost control. For this one, we have 5 different features. No? We have the dashboard, we have project, we have RFQ, we have PO or purchase order, and then we also have invoice. No? So ito yung mga features na gagamitin natin to do the cost control. No? So, but first we'll discuss yung dashboard muna. Ipapakita ko muna sa inyo yung dashboard. So for our dashboard, sa pinakataas, we have alerts. So basically, these are just notifications, no? So dito kayo i-notify ni Bilk about anything na nangyayari sa inyong company. So kung ano mang notifications yan or alerts or reminders, dyan isa-send yun ni Bilk. So dyan nyo makikita yung mga kailangan nyong gawin, no, sa ating software. Ayan. So to that, for me, kailangan ko daw mag-update ng company summary and mag-upload ng logo. So ganun. So diyan kayo na-notify ni Bilk. Then sa baba niyan, you will have your managed project. No? So basically, these are just shortcuts. No? Shortcut for creating a new project, shortcut for creating a request for quotation form, shortcut for creating purchase order, shortcut to create an invoice, and then yung shortcut for our cost code for customization ng cost code, andito rin. So mga shortcuts lang yung managed project. And then sa right side niya, we have our reports. So I think ito yung pinaka-powerful tool na meron tayo kay Bilk, yung mga reports natin. No? Kasi siguro kung dati, kung gagawa kayo ng report, sobrang tagal kasi baka gagawin nyo pa, hintayin nyo pa yung employee nyo to send you an Excel report, no, copy ng Excel file niya, so ang tagal minsan, and then another employee din mag-send ng ganun. And then pagdating sa'yo, i-compare mo pa yun with your own data, no, with your files, and then ipaprocess mo pa yun, gagawa ka pa ng graph, etc. Yun, sobrang tagal nun. No? But if you use our software, no, dalawang click lang, you will have your report ready na for you, no? So we have 9 different reports that you can generate, no, using our software. So mamaya siguro I can show you yung maitsura ng report so that you can appreciate them. So but we have the operation summary of your company, summary report of your project, cost report, income report, purchase report by supplier, purchase report by project, cost allocation report by project, project cost drill down report, and then quantity counting report. So we have 9 different reports for you that you can use, no, sa ating software. Ayan. And then sa baba niyan, you will see your status, no? Makikita yung status ng company nyo. So for my company, ito yung status ng company ko. I have 114 working projects. So ano ibig sabihin na to? Ibig sabihin na I have 114 active or ongoing projects. So ganito karami yung mga tinatrabahong projects ngayon. So ito yung maganda kay Bill kasi we have no limitation in terms of number of projects that you can work on, no? So kahit gaano pa karaming projects yan na gagawin nyo, okay lang yan. So wala tayong limitations on that, no? For that. So next one, sa baba niyan, I have 109 invoices. Ayan. Next one, I have 8 purchase order waiting for approval, no? So may 8 akong purchase order na kailangan i-approve. So ito very important to kasi alam niyo ba, no? Isa sa mga reason bakit nadidelay yung mga projects natin, no? Usually is kasi yung mga sa office, no, napepending pala yung approval ng PO, nakakalimutan ma-approve yung PO, so hindi nakakapag-release ng pera, hindi na pro-purchase, hindi na deliver yung materials. So nangyayari is nadidelay yung ating project. So but if you will use a software like Bilk, if you will use Bilk, no, dito makikita nyo na agad na may 8 purchase order kayo na kailangan i-approve. So as business owner, maganda to kasi makikita mo na agad yung kailangan mong gawin for the day, no? So hindi dapat mapipending, matitenga or madidelay yung ating projects dahil sa mga unapproved purchase orders kasi makikita mo na sila agad. So by just clicking on that, and then you will see the list of purchase orders na kailangan mong i-approve. Sa baba niyan, I have 3 purchase order waiting for allocation. No? So, ang ibig sabihin ng allocation dito kay Bilk is assigning of budget. No? So, kumbaga parang may 3 akong purchase order na hindi pa alam kung saan budget pa kukunin yung ipambabayad sa kanya. So, ang total nun is amounting to 140,000 pesos. So, anyway, mamaya i-discuss natin on how to do the allocation. But dito, makikita mo agad ilang PO o ilang purchase order yung parang floating. No? Hindi pa assign kung saan values siya, isang budget siya ibabawas. So, ayan. So, ang kailangan mo lang gawin is allocate those purchase orders. Then, 0 overdue payment PO. So, ibig sabihin, ilang purchase order yung overdue na yung bayad, no? So, for my case, nakakapagbayad naman ako on time. And then, I have 3 purchase order waiting for payment. Ito kailangan bayaran, pero hindi pa naman overdue. Amounting to 665,000 pesos. So, di ko na kailangan pang hintayin na i-summarize ng employee ko. Magkano na yung kailangan nating bayaran, no? By just opening the dashboard, looking at this, no? Kita ko na agad, no? 3 purchase orders, kailangan kong approve 665,000 yung amount. So, alam ko na kung magkano yung amount na expect kong money no, to release no, from my company. So, alam ko na siya agad. Then, sa baba niyan, just my recent projects. So, ito lang yung mga projects ko recently. Ayan, kung magkano yung contract amount ng mga projects ko, magkano yung budget ng mga projects ko. Ayan sila. Magkano yung actual spending ko na, no, actual cost ko sa mga project. Ilang percent ng budget ko yung nagagamit. Magkano yung nabibill ko sa customers ko. Ayan. Then total contract amount, total budget cost, total actual cost, and total billing ko sa customers ko. So, ayan sila. And then sa baba niyan, I have my operating summary. No? So, basically, yung operating summary is comparison lang siya ng 2 values. No? Ang kino-compare niya is yung kulay blue, which is yung budgeted, or ito, kumbaga ito yung planned values natin. versus the actual, which is yung green, no? So, just to describe lang mabilis lang, no, briefly yung ating first graph. Itong first graph natin is yung total contract amount versus my total billing, no? So by just looking at this graph, pwede ko nang masabi na wala pa pala sa kalahati, no, ng total contract amounts ko yung nababayaran ng customers ko, no? So you can interpret this graph that way, no? So pwedeng ganun, no? And the next one, total budget cost versus total actual cost. Total expected profit versus my actual profit. So, ayun siya. So, but anyway, this one, we'll discuss this in more details mamaya pag per project na. So, mas maintindihan siya mamaya pag per project na. But anyway, yan lang yan. Blue, which is yung plan, yung budgeted. Yung green is yung actual natin. And then, lastly, sa baba niya is yung project timeline natin. Kung sa kailan nag-start and mag-end yung mga projects natin. So, yan, so project timeline. Yun. So, yun lang yung ating dashboard, no? So, ganun siya, no? So, siguro ang gagawin natin for this workshop is that we'll try to simulate yung parang project natin, no? Gagawa tayo ng sample project. Tignan natin kung paano natin pwedeng gamitin yung ating software, no, for our projects. So, let's create our sample project, no? So, gagawin lang natin is click on project. And then, let's click on create project. Ayan. So, when creating a project, ayan, ang gagawin nyo lang is create a project name. So, kayo naman bahala kung anong project yung gagawin nyo. No? Sa inyo naman yan. So, kung paano nyo gagawin. So, kunwari ang gawin siguro natin is gawa natin ng bahay yung customer na inad natin sa list manager kanina. So, kunwari gawa tayo ng De La Cruz. Gawa natin sila ng bahay. No? De La Cruz Residence. Ayan. So, ang napansin ko na sa ibang mga contractors na ginagawa nila is naglalagay sila ng project code sa umpisa. You can also do that, no? You can add yung parang code nyo dito sa umpisa ng pangalan. Pwede rin yun. And then yung sa customer name, iselect nyo lang from your list manager kung sino yung customer nyo. So, ayan. So, De La Cruz Corporation. Ito yung inad natin sa list manager kanina. Customer type, ano ba yun siya? Government, private, or individual. And so, select nyo lang kung anong klaseng customer to. And then project type, anong klaseng project ba yan? Residential, condominium, office, factory, ayan. So marami namang choices, no? So let's say residential house. And then for contract amount, ilagay nyo kung magkano yung contract amount nyo for the project. Pero dapat tax excluded, so hindi kasama yung tax. So siguro para madali natin makompute, no, 1 million na lang muna. And so let's say 1 million. And then for the tax, ilagay nyo kung magkano yung tax, no? So, but kay Biot naman, we're flexible in terms of tax, no? So, pwede nyo namang lagyan, pwede rin namang hindi. So, the optional lang naman yung tax, no? Kung magkano yung computation nyo ng tax, yun yung ilagay nyo. So, kunwari, 120,000 pesos, pwede nyo lang ilagay yung tax dyan. Country, saan tong project nyo? Philippines. Saang province? So, Cebu. And kung gusto nyo mas specific kayo sa address ng project nyo, pwede nyo rin ilagay. Kasi di ba, minsan naman, yung project natin is iba dun sa address ng customer mismo. So you can add the specific address of the mismong project. So let's say 123 Cebu City. And then kung kailan yung started date, kung kailan mag-start yung project, hanapin nyo lang sa calendar. Kung nag-start na matagal na, you can backtrack yung date, no? Kung mag-start pa lang, you can forward the date, no? So let's say for this project, it started last August 2. Select nyo lang yung August 2. And then, for the finish date, hanapin nyo lang din sa calendar kung kailan yung expected finish date nyo. So, siguro hanggang November 19. So, ganun, no? Select nyo lang yung dates, no? Start date and finish date ng project niyo. And then, if you have description about the project, you can also add description to your project. And for the person in charge, you can also select the employee kung sino mang in charge, no? Sino employee in charge for the project. So, from your list manager, no? You can select it from your list manager. Ayan. And then yan, kung okay na yan, no, just click on save and next. Okay, so sa next part is project budgeted cost. So dito nyo nagagawin yung budgeting for the project. So kanina, di ba, na-discuss natin yung cost codes, no, yung 5 different cost code categories. So ito yun sila, no. So 1XX material, so ang ibig sabihin ng 1XX is lahat ng cost codes natin na mag-start sa 1, lahat yun mag-fall under material cost category. Kapag 2 na yung start niya, it will be for labor cost. Pag 3, it will be for equipment. Pag 4, it will be for subcontractor. If 5, it will be for indirect cost. So ito yung mga cost code categories natin. So siguro gawa tayo ng budgeting for materials muna. So kung magkano yung mga materials na magagastos natin. So to do that, just click on the material. And so makita nyo for cost code na 101, that's for earthwork and piling. So ilalagay nyo lang yung amount na parang expected na spending nyo for that particular work scope, no, for that cost code. So kunwari, ang plano kong gastusin lang dyan is 100,000 pesos. So ilagay nyo lang, no, dapat tax excluded. So ang ginagawa natin dito is parang nag-set tayo ng ceiling amount, no, kung magkano lang yung limitation natin in terms of spending sa cost code na yan. Kasi ito yung gusto natin magawa kay Bill, no, i-make sure na dapat every spending na gagawin natin is dapat pasok siya sa budget natin na hindi tayo lalagpas. So we set our ceiling amount, no, so tax excluded. So ayan, kunyari for 102, that's for concrete and precast concrete. So kunwari 100,000 ulit. Ayan, no. 103 formwork and scaffolding, lagyan natin 50,000. So itong budgeting, hindi nyo naman kailangan lahat lagyan, no? So kung ano lang yung mga applicable for your project, yun lang yung lalagyan nyo. So, ayan, kunyari, wala naman kayo for ibang cost codes, pwede naman silang skip. So hindi naman required lahat lagyan. So kunyari, painting, 110, 60,000 pesos. And plumbing system, so lagyan natin kunwari. So kailangan natin itong finishing, no? Important yan. Lagyan ng budget. So ganyan. So kung mapapansin nyo, ang nilalagay ko lang numbers dito, mga random numbers lang. Pero pag kayo yung gumawa ng budgeting nyo, of course, dapat ibase nyo siya according sa computation nyo ng materials. Kung magkano yung na-compute yung estimate nyo ng materials, pwede doon nyo ibase yung ilalagay nyo amount for your budget. O kaya naman, ang pwede nyo rin gawin, kung may similar projects na kayo nagawa before, no, you can use that, no, kung kunwari, dun sa dati yung project na nagawa, medyo similar naman, pero yun pala medyo malaki yung nagastos nyo for finishing. So maybe this time what you can do is adjust the budget, make it bigger, no? Kung kaya naman masyadong sobra-sobra yung budget nyo for that, pwede naman bawasan. So gamitin yung learning experience, yung mga past projects nyo to make a better budgeting for your future projects, no? Ayan. So ganun yung pwede yung gawin, no? So lagay lang kayo ng mga budget. And then siguro dagdagan pa natin ng konti. Ayan yun. Next one is for 2xx. That's for labor cost naman. So ganun lang din, no? May set of cost codes in tayo for that, and then just enter yung mga budget nyo for the labor cost. Kunyari, labor for painting. Labor for roofing, kunwari. Labor for decorate, no? For decoration. So ganyan lang. And then sa baba niyan, we also have equipment cost. So kung kunyari, yun nga, mag-rent kayo ng equipment, no, you can also add budget to your equipment cost. So ano example? Kunyari, kuha kayo ng equipment for earthwork, no? So ganyan, 50,000 kunwari, budget nyo. So example lang, no? And then we also have some subcontractor. Kung kukuha kayo ng subcontractor nyo, you can also add budget to your subcontractor cost. Kunwari, subcontractor for landscaping. Ayan. 60,000 pesos. Then next one is we also have indirect cost, no? So itong indirect cost, ito yung madalas nating as mga contractors, ito yung madalas nating na-disregard, ito yung madalas natin na iniisip. Minsan hindi natin sila nalalag kasi iniisip natin na maliliit na bagay lang yan sila. But hindi natin napapansin, no? Yung mga indirect cost, pag nag-accumulate sila, nagkakaroon sila ng malaking impact in terms of our budget. So maganda rin na naglalagay tayo ng budget or limitation in terms of our indirect costs. So ano yung mga example nun? Kunyari, ayan, general temporary work, design and consulting fee, ganyan. Site staff salary bonus, site expenses, yung mga important na bagay, no? Na minsan di natin iniisip, napapansin, no? Pero important din silang binabudget natin. And so mga ganyan, no? Lagay na kayo ng mga example na budget. And then sa baba niyan, makikita nyo na yung total, yung grand total ng inyong budgeting. So ang tip lang dito is dapat yung grand total nyo ng budget nyo should not exceed your contract amount. Kasi pag lumagpas kayo ng contract amount nyo, malamang lugi kayo sa project na yan. So dapat less than your contract amount yung total budgeting nyo. But anyway, itong budgeting naman, hindi nyo naman siya rin kailangan tapusin agad-agad, no? So hindi naman required to finish this in one sitting, no? So you can do this now, you can still update this, adjust it anytime naman. So hindi naman to final na. So you can still add mamaya, dagdagan, bawasan. So wala tayong problem with that. So siguro dagdagan pa natin. Ayan. Sa baba yung total. Ayan. So, ganun lang. Kung okay na yan sa inyo, just click on Save and Next. Kung okay na, no? Okay, so next part is interim milestones. So, dito nyo naman ipaplano yung billing nyo for your customer. So, dito kayo gagawa ng progress billing, kumbaga. So, paano nyo gagawin ang progress billing? Sobrang dali lang yan. Sa unang-una, sa order 1, no, code, lagay lang kayo ng code, any code na gusto nyo. No? So, kunwari, ang unang pabayad nyo sa customer nyo would be down payment. Kunwari, down payment ang unang pabayad nyo. Ang pwedeng ilagay kunyari is down, ng pwedeng code na ganyan, or buong down payment, kayong bahala. No? Ang mahalaga sa code, ito yung internally na iintindihan nyo with your employees. No? So, ayan. And for the type, ilagay nyo lang kung payment ba yan, advance, or retention. No? Yan, advance payment. So, ganun. And for description, sa description, dito nyo ilalagay kung yung ito dapat yung naiintindihan ng customer nyo naman. Kasi ito yung lumalabas sa invoice nila. So, ilagay nyo yung description for that particular code. So, kunwari, 30% down payment. So, ganyan lang. Ilagay nyo lang kung ano yung, magkano yung description nyo, no? Ito kasi yung lalabas nga sa invoice. So, maganda, mas descriptive, mas maganda, no? So, kung magkano yung amount na kailangan bayaran ng customer nyo, so that's, dahil 30% yan, so it should be 300,000 pesos. So, ganyan lang. And then for the due date, ilagay nyo lang kung kailan nyo parang expected na sisingilin si customer nyo, no? Para ma-remind din kayo ni Bill kapag due date na ng customer nyo. So, iset nyo lang kung kailan yung parang deadline ng payment ng customer. So, let's say for the down payment, the deadline would be, siguro gawin natin sa Friday, no? 20. So, ganyan, set nyo lang yung due date. And then, ituloy-tuloy nyo lang yan. So, kunwari, milestone 1, mile 1, payment. So, kunwari, ilagay ko, after 30% accomplishment. So, if you will notice, ang nilagay ko is 30% accomplishment. So, medyo vague lang siya, no? Pero pag kayong gumawa ng milestone description, what you can do, pwede nyo ilagay yung specific specific accomplishment, kung anong part ng bahay, anong phase ng project yung natapos, no? Mas descriptive, mas maganda, no? So, just put the description of that particular milestone and then kung magkano yung amount na sisingilin nyo sa customer nyo. Yan, 200,000 pesos. So, ganyan lang. Kung kailan yung due date, so siguro kung kailan yung expected na magbabayad or kung kailan yung expected matatapos yung certain milestone na yun. So, pwede doon nyo iset yung deadline. No? So, kunwari next month by 9. Ganun. So, ituloy-tuloy nyo lang yan, no, hanggang mabuo nyo yung contract amount nyo. So, ganun lang. So, itong interim milestone nga rin, parang katulad ng kanina sa budgeting, hindi nyo rin siya kailangan tapusin agad-agad, no? So, you can still continue this later, no? Pwede nyo pa naman siyang i-adjust, pwede nyo pa rin siyang dagdagan. So, hindi naman din siya required na matapos nyo yung buong contract amount, no? So, pwedeng kung unti lang muna, kung ano lang yung parang na-plan nyo yung nababayaran ng customer, pwede naman dagdagan ulit next time, no? And then, kung kulang yung 5 rows, you can add more rows, no? Kung sobrang dami yung milestone na gagawin, pwede naman. And then, just click on save. Okay. So, once na-save nyo na yung inyong project, makikita nyo na yung project summary. So, this will be your project summary. So, for my project, and project name, that's the close residence. Project type, this is residential house. Location, kung saan. Contract amount, 1 million. Project period, so for this project, it will run for 3 months and 17 days. Person in charge, and then for the status, you can change the status from working, finished na ba, terminated, or pending pa yung project. So, you can change yung status in yung project. For customer information, andyan na, automatic na, finila pa ni Bill from your list manager. So, di mo na kailangan pang i-type yan, no? I-retype. So, automatic na rin yan. And for the operating summary of this project, no, as you can see, for the contract amount, ito yun, no? Contract amount is 1 million. My budget for this project is 663,000 pesos. So, dapat ang expected profit ko should be around 337,000 pesos. So, ayan. So, ulitin lang natin, no? Contract amount, 1 million, minus my budget cost, which is 663,000 pesos, would be my expected profit, no? Which is 337,000 pesos. So, yun. So, dito nyo pwedeng i-monitor, no? Dito nyo pwedeng bantayan. So, kapag mamaya may mga transactions na kayo, you will have the actual, yung kulay green, no? So, ang gusto nating ma-achieve when we use BILT, no? Dapat yung actual cost natin should be lower compared to our budget cost so that we can get higher profit compared to our expected profit, no? So, ganun lang, no? Dito nyo pwedeng bantayan, dito nyo pwedeng i-make sure na hindi kayo mag-exceed sa sinet yung budget. So, ganun siya. And then sa baba niyan, you will see your cost structure, no, kung paano nyo dinistribute yung budget nyo. For this project, and 44% pala is material cost, 10% labor cost, 5% equipment cost, 6% subcontractor cost, 1.3% indirect cost, and for my margin, 33.7%. So ganyan ko dinistribute yung aking budget. So yan yung example ng ating project. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin, i-demonstrate natin kung paano kayo maglalag ng actual cost. So paano nyo ba ilalagay yung mga actual cost nyo dito? No? Paano magkakaroon ng green? So sobrang dali lang nito. So let's simulate nga yung project natin. So kunwari ongoing na tong De La Cruz residence. So syempre, to start our project, what we need to do is order our materials. No? So to order our materials, ang gagawin lang natin is create purchase orders. No? So gagawin nyo lang is click on PO. Ayan. And then, pagdating nyo sa PO, just click on create purchase order, create PO. And then enter yung project name. So, kaninong para sa project ba? So, kunwari, for De La Cruz residence, ayan. And then, sino yung supplier na pagbibilhan nyo? Kung sino yung supplier na pagbibilhan nyo, you can just select from your list manager. So, pwede natin pagbilhan yung create nating supplier kanina sa list manager din. So, let's say, yan, sa De La Cruz hardware. Ayan, no? And then, delivery date, kung kailan nyo parang tanong i-deliver yung materials nyo. So, let's say, I want my materials delivered by Friday, no? 20. Ganyan lang, select nyo yung delivery date. And for the items, ilagay nyo lang items na orderin nyo. So, kunwari, order kayo ng cement. So, ilagay nyo lang cement, no? Quantity, ilang cement ang orderin nyo. Kunwari, 500. Anong unit ng cement? Bags, no? Per bag yun binibili. So 500 bags. Kung magkano yung presyo na binigay sa inyo ng supplier, you just put the unit price, no, kung magkano. So kunwari 250 per bag yung bigay sa akin ng supplier ko. Automatic na i-compute the bill. So 125,000 pesos. Kung may discount kayo per bag na binigay sa supplier, you can also add discount. Kaya may 2 peso discount ako per bag, pwede ko nilagay. Ganun lang. Pero, ang tip ko sa inyo, no, huwag yung gawin ganito. Medyo vague lang na cement yung nilagay nyo. Kung gagawa ko kung kunyari mag-add kayo ng item, maganda, ilagay nyo yung buong item detail. No? Pag kompleto, mas maganda. So, pwede kaya order kayo ng paint. Kaya Davis, Aqua, Gloss, it. Ngayon, no? Pwede nyo ilagay yung description, mas maganda para rin hindi malito yung supplier nyo kung ano ba yung exact materials na bibilhin nyo. So, maganda, kompleto yung item detail. And then kung quantity, ilang let's say, order ako ng 40 liters. Diba, ganyan. Pwede ganun. And then kung magkano yung presyo binigay sa inyo, kunyari per liter. Sample lang, no, hindi ko alam kung magkano yung presyo ng, so kunyari 200. So, lagay nyo na kung magkano. And kung magkano yung presyo. And then, kung may discount kayo per liter, no, pwede nyo rin lagyan. So, ganun naman yan. So, and so kung kulang sa inyo yung 5 rows, no, you can add more rows, no, kung kulang yung 5 rows. And then you can also add attachment, no. So kunwari nagpa-quotation kayo sa supplier nyo through Viber, SMS, or Facebook Messenger, maganda i-screenshot nyo yun and then upload that as attachment, no. O kaya kung nagpa-quotation kayo through email, pwede nyo i-upload mismo yung quotation para makikita nung mag-a-approve ng purchase order na to na yun yung pinagbasehan ng presyong nakalagay dito, no? Na hindi lang basta-basta hinulaan ng purchasing nyo or ng encoder kung ano yung nakalagay na price. So maganda i-upload yung mga quotations nyo as attachment. You can also select the payment method if it's in cash, credit. Kung may payment terms, you can also add payment terms. Kung may special discount kayo on top of the discount na binigay sa inyo ng supplier nyo, you can add more discount kung meron, no? And then you can put yung tax din. Kung kunyari excluded na yung tax, yung VAT, no, kung excluded yung VAT, ang mangyayari mag-add lang siya ng 12% pa. Kung included na, kung kasama dun sa binili niyo, i-minus niya yung 12%. So mabubuo niyo pa rin yung 132%. So iselect nyo lang kung may tax, no, kung included or excluded. Pero pwede rin namang wala kung wala. Pero usually naman included na yung tax kapag bumibili tayo. So, yan. And then makikita nyo yung total na 132,000 pesos. So, ganun lang. And then just click on create. And then yan, created na yung inyong purchase order. Pero itong purchase order na to, hindi nyo pa siya pwedeng i-send sa inyong mga supplier kasi ang status pa niya is waiting for user to waiting for approval, no? Sorry. So itong purchase order, hindi nyo pa pwedeng i-send sa supplier nyo kasi ang status niya is for approval pa. So kailangan mo na siyang ma-approve ng person na inassign nyo as approver or kung sino man yung person in charge dito before it become an official purchase order. So hindi pa siya official PO, no? So kung kayo yung approver, kayo na yung business owner, no? Pwede nyo na i-review yung purchase order muna, i-check nyo muna kung tama ba. Pwede nyo i-check, tama ba yung project, tama ba yung supplier, tama ba yung pagbibilhan, tama ba yung delivery date, no? Ito important yung delivery date, kung tama ba yung date na i-deliver yung materials. Yung items, tama ba, kompleto? Quantity, correct ba yung quantity? Yung presyo, okay ba yung presyo, no? Okay ba yung presyo? Kung may discount, i-double check nyo lang. I-check nyo dun sa attachment kung tama ba, bumabangga ba yung presyo nakalagay dito. So pwede nyo i-double check, no? And so, i-verify nyo lang, i-double check nyo lang yung mga bagay-bagay as approver. And then sa baba niyan, makikita nyo may red bar, no? Click to allocate, 0%. So anong ibig sabihin na ito? Ibig sabihin lang, itong purchase order na to is 0% allocated or hindi pa siya na-assign, no? Hindi pa na-assign kung saan budget pa kukunin yung ipambabayad sa purchase order na to. So to identify that, no, to allocate this purchase order, click nyo lang yung click to allocate. And ganito yung allocation natin mangyayari. Sa left side, makikita nyo yung unallocated items natin. So we have the cement and yung paint natin, no? So pili lang muna kayo ng item na gusto nyo i-allocate. So kunwari yung cement muna yung i-allocate natin. So click natin yung cement, no? Para sa ang project nyo siya gagamitin. And De La Cruz Residence. And then for the cost code, sang cost code nyo ibabawas yan. So anong cost code? I-click nyo lang. So dahil cement yan, of course, ibabawas ko siya sa budget ko for materials ng concrete and precast concrete, no? Sa 102 na cost code. So i-click ko lang yung concrete and precast concrete. Then for the percentage, ilalagay ko lang 100%. And ayan, so ano ibig sabihin ng 100%? So ang ibig sabihin ng 100% is lahat ng order ko ng cement from this purchase order will be deducted to my budget sa De La Cruz Residence sa cost code niya na 102. And then ito yung amount na ibabawas niya sa budget ko, 110,000 pesos. Ayan, so ayan siya. And then so allocated na yung cement natin. So select pa tayo ng isang unallocated item, yung paint naman natin, Davis Aqua Gloss. Isang project yung siya gagamitin. Cost code. So dahil paint yan, ibabawas ko siya sa materials ng painting, no? Ayan. Select ko yung materials 110. And then paano kunwari, ang gagawin nyo is, hindi nyo uubusin dito yung paint, no? Kalahati lang. So pwede nyo gawin 50% lang. Kalahati lang nung ordering kong paint, yung gagamitin ko sa De La Cruz Residence, no? So ilalagay nyo lang 50%, no? And then ito yung amount na ibabawas lang niya sa budget niyo for De La Cruz Residence. And then you can add a new row, no? You can add a new row. You can select a different project. So kunwari dito naman sa Brian Residence. Sa cost code naman niya ng painting, ayan, sa cost code ng painting ng Brian Residence, sa painting niya, doon ko naman gagamitin yung kalahati. So ang mangyayari, no, hahatirin niya yung amount na ibabawas niya for each project. So 3,500 lang sila. So bakit ba pwede nyo gawin to? Kasi diba normally what we do naman is we order big volume of materials from our suppliers to get bigger discounts. So pwede nyo pa rin gawin yun, no? Pwede nyo pa rin kayong umorder ng big volume and then just distribute that to different projects. Ayun. So katulad nito. And then yan, makikita nyo 100% allocated na yung ating purchase order. So just click on save. So once save na yung purchase order natin, pwede nyo makita sa baba na, ayan, allocation 100% na. Ayan, 100% allocation yung PO natin. And then sa baba niyan, makikita nyo yung allocation summary ng inyong project. So for the project na De La Cruz Residence, sa cost code niya na concrete and precast concrete 102, with a budget of 100,000 pesos, I will be deducting 110,000 pesos from this purchase order. So matitira sa budget ko would be negative 10,714 pesos or negative 10.71%. So ayan guys, so dito pa lang, kita nyo na agad na kapag pala binili natin yung cement na yan, hindi na siya papasok sa ating budget, no? Mag-negative na tayo sa ating budget for concrete and precast concrete. So alam niyo ba, no, marami sa mga contractors natin na nalalaman lang nila, or marami sa contractors na nalalaman lang nila na nalugi sila sa project na yan kapag natapos na yung project, no, pag napatayo na yung bahay, tapos na, no, nagawa na, saka lang na nare-realize na hindi na pala siya pasok sa budget nila. So nag-negative na sila, no? Hindi na pasok sa budget nila. So pag ganun yung nangyari sa inyo, no, wala na kayong magagawa kasi napatayo na yung bahay. But if you use built, no, dito pa lang, no, before you approve before you give a go signal to your employees to make the purchase, alam mo na agad, no? Aware ka na agad na hindi na siya papasok sa inyong budget. So as business owner, very important to na malaman natin yung mga ganitong bagay ahead of time before it actually happens. Kasi makaka-create agad tayo ng action, no? Makaka-create agad tayo ng plan on how we can mitigate yung mga ganitong scenarios, no? How we can prevent yung ating pagkalugi. So ito yung value na binibigay ni Bill, no? To make sure that hindi ka lalagpas sa budget mo. So of course, no, ang maganda dito dahil makakapagplano kayo on what to do. Pwede nyo agad ma-reverse, no? Pwede nyo agad ma-prevent, no? So of course, maraming pwedeng gawin, no? Alam ko, marami kayong pwedeng magawa on how you can fix this, no? Pero siguro isang suggestion that what you can do, no? Suggestion from me is you can comment on the document, no? Pwede nyo sabihan siguro yung purchasing nyo na please negotiate with supplier. Ayan, so baka pwede pa makipag-negotiate sa supplier, no? Try pang pababaan yung presyo para baka pumasok sa ating budget, no? So you can communicate, no? You can collaborate with your employees, you can discuss, no, with your employees on what you can do with this particular purchase order na para mapasok siya sa budget niyo. But anyway, kay Bill naman, hindi rin niya kayo pipigilan na i-approve, no? You can still approve the PO, no? Hindi rin naman niya kayo pipigilan. Yun nga lang, sa mga reports natin, lalabas na may negative values kayo. But if it's okay with you, minsan talaga hindi natin naiiwasan, lumalagpas tayo ng konti, okay lang yan. You can approve the PO, and then once approved na yung purchase order natin, ayan, makikita nyo, pwede na siyang isend sa inyong supplier. So how to send this? Just click on the document, click on document, click on purchase order, and this will be your generated purchase order. So you will have your generated purchase order. You will have your logo here, company information, ito supplier information, no? Automatic na finilapan ni Bill from your list manager. So hindi mo na kailangan pang i-type yan ng paulit-ulit every time na bibili kayo sa hardware na yan. Delivery information, kompleto na rin. Items na orderin nyo. Ayan, total. Ayan. And then kung gusto nyo i-download yung document na to your mobile phone, you can scan this QR code, created by and approved by. And then this document, lahat ng documents natin dito kay Bill, no, you can download them, you can export them to PDF, CSV, or Excel, no? Maganda i-download nyo sila and then send it via email. Pero kung mas traditional yung supplier nyo, kung hindi sila nag-i-email, you can print naman na diretso yung inyong mga purchase order. No, you can print yung purchase order nyo. So ayan, madali na lang siya. So yun yung purchase order natin. And you can, kung kunwari na bayaran nyo na yung supplier nyo, you can click on payment success to mark the purchase order as paid. Ayan, so paid na yung supplier natin. Kung nabayaran nyo na, no? So baka iniisip nyo parang sobrang daming kailangan gawin, ang daming kailangan pinutin, i-type, no, etc. But of course, sa business nyo, you can distribute the task, no? You can have one employee who create the PO, another employee who allocate, another employee na taga-approve, another employee na taga-bayad, no? You can distribute the task to different employees. And we have history sa baba, no? May history tayo, so you can see sino employee na-create ng purchase order, sino nag-allocate, nag-approve, nagbayad, anong araw, at anong oras, no? So you will see sino employee yung responsible for any changes na mangyayari sa purchase order na yan. So for accountability and transparency purposes, we have history sa baba, no? So you can check naman. So you don't have to worry. Ayun. So, dahil online software yung ating build, no? Online software tayo. Yung mga reports natin real time. So, di mo na kailangan pa maghintay for an update from your employees to give you the latest status of your project. You can just go to your project, check on your project, and then yung makikita nyo data is actually the latest data na talaga. No? So, ito yung pinaka-latest. So, di mo na kailangan pa magpasahan kayo ng mga documents, no? Magpasahan kayo ng files. No? Kasi ito, sync na siya, no, across all devices. Kung ano yung pinaka-latest, yun yung lalabas kasi online nga tayo. So as you can see, naka-reflect na yung actual cost natin that we have 114,000 pesos na actual cost na. And then for our profit, right now we're at negative kasi hindi pa naman tayo nakakasingil from our customers. So yan. So ganun lang siya. So ganun nyo lang ilalag yung mga spendings nyo. Sinabi nga rin kanina, every spend, kahit magkano pa yan, no, kahit maliit, maganda, nilalag natin yan lahat, no, para makita talaga natin kung magkano yung nasi-save natin. And then for our PO, ang maganda pa dito sa purchase order natin, kung dati, siguro yung mga PO nyo sinasave nyo sa isang folder lang, no, nakasave na sila. And then if you want to look for one particular purchase order, you need to open each one of them, no, para mahanap yung gusto nyong PO. But here, pwede nyo ma-search na mabilis lang yung mga purchase order na gusto nyo mahanap. No. Kaya nga maganda kanina na descriptive yung ating pangalan ng item name natin, no, buo yung pangalan, kasi mas madali nyo siya ma-search. Kunyari, hanapin yung order nyo na may Davis, no? Ayan, so lalabas agad yung purchase order nyo na umorder kayo ng Davis, no? So, ganun lang, no? Madali nyo mahahanap yung mga purchase order nyo, hindi nyo kailangan buksan isa-isa pa. Isa-isa nyo pa, so matagal yun. Pwede kayo mag-advanced search, no, for even faster searching, no? You can filter your purchase orders by project, by supplier, by payment method, by payment status, no, or by dates, no? You can filter them para mas mabilis nyo mahanap yung mga purchase orders na gusto nyo mahanap. So, yun yung ating purchase order, no? And then lastly, we have invoicing. Kung kunwari naman nagbayad na yung customer nyo, you can issue them invoices, no? So, paano kayo mag-create ng invoice? Just go to invoice, click on create invoice. And then, select a project kung sino yung nagbayad na customer, kunyari De La Cruz Residence, ayan. And then, payment code, ano binayaran niya, down payment ba or yung milestone 1? So, let's say yung down payment muna. Assign lang kayo ng document date, let's say today. And then automatic na rin yan, no? Yung payment milestone, that's 30% down payment, 300,000 pesos yung babayaran ng customer nyo. Kung may mga deductions sa advance or deductions sa retention, no, pwede rin kayo maglagay ng mga deductions. Kung may payment terms, remarks, pwede nyo rin lagyan. Kung may tax, pwede nyo rin lagyan, no? Kung magkano yung tax. And then just click on save. So ito na yung total na babayaran ng customer. Click on save. And then yan, you can now print your invoice. So sobrang dali lang niya. Just click on print. And this is our sample generated invoice report. So for our invoice, and you will have your logo here, your company information, customer information, automatic na rin finil up ni Bill from your list manager. No? So invoice details, ayan, kung may mga deductions, makikita nyo na dyan. Remarks, no, kung magkano yung previous billing, magkano this billing, magkano yung accumulated billing sa customer nyo, magkano yung remaining na kailangang bayaran ng customer nyo. QR code, no? So if you want to download this document to your mobile phone, you can do that. You can may receive by and billed by then. And then this document, this invoice can be ganun din, no? As I said kanina, you can export it to PDF, CSV, or Excel, or pwede naman i-print na and then give it to your customers. So ganun lang, no? May invoice na kayo agad na ready. And if you go back to your project, sobrang dali lang. If you check on it, and so nag-reflect na agad yung ating profit na 185,000 pesos. So ganun lang siya, no? Ganun lang kadaling gamitin yung ating software to do your cost control, no? So sobrang dali lang siya. Maglalag lang kayo ng cost nyo, and then ilalag lang kapag may mga nagbabayad sa inyo ng customer. And then si Bill na yung bahalang mag-generate ng mga graph for you. So siguro for the last part, no, kasi patapos na rin tayo, no, I'll just show you the reports that you can generate for this project, no. So ang gagawin nyo lang is click on the document. So we have the project summary report of this project. Ayan. So for the summary report, click nyo lang generate. So ayan, dalawang click lang. And then this will be your sample summary report of the project. You will have your cost code categories ulit dito. And magkano yung budget nyo for each of them, no? Magkano yung actual spending nyo na for each of the category. Magkano yung remaining na budget nyo, magkano yung nagtira sa budget nyo. For your gain or loss, makikita nyo, you're expecting to gain 33%, but your actual gain right now is at 18.57%. And then yun, every month, no, ilalagyan ni Bill, no? So makikita nyo anong month kayo malaki yung nagastos for materials, anong month yung malaki masyadong nagastos, anong month yung malaki yung gastos sa labor, etc. So mamamonitor nyo, makikita nyo yung trend ng spendings nyo. No? And then sa baba niyan, you will see your distribution of your budget, yung plan nyo, kung paano nyo distribute, and then yung actual distribution of your budget. So, ayan sila. So, ganun din, no? You can download or you can print yung mga reports natin. Another report is cost report. So, this one is a more detailed version lang of the previous report. So, mas detalyado lang siya. So, this one, you will see, and project costing, and so, ayan yung mga categories ulit. Magkano yung budget, actual, remaining, and then yan, yung mga cost codes natin. For concreting, as you can see, nag-negative na tayo dyan. So, meron din tayong report na mas detalyado na makikita nyo yung bawat cost codes and kung magkano yung natitira sa budget nyo. Ayan. Yan sila. And then for monitoring your income, we have income report naman for monitoring your income. Ayan. So, this one, yung itsura lang yan, no? 30%. Yun yung kung anong milestone na babayaran ng customer nyo. Ayan. So, makikita nyo. And then we have more reports sa ating dashboard, no? Here we have the operation summary report. For operation summary report for your company, so lahat ng mga projects nyo, makikita nyo lang kung ano yung mga status ng mga projects nyo. So ayan, lahat ng projects ko, sobrang dami. And then magkano yung actual, etc., budget, etc. So makikita nyo na sila. And we also have, yun, so ganun din, you can download yung operating summary report, you can print. And we have here purchase report by supplier. So ito medyo interesting report to kasi you can generate yung mga purchase orders yung made for a particular supplier. No? So kunwari for Ace Hardware, no, yung mga binili ko sa Ace Hardware, makikita nyo lang yung breakdown, yung list ng lahat ng mga binili ko sa Ace Hardware. So hindi ko na kailangan pang ipasummarize sa employee ko yun kasi mag-generate ko yun siya mabilis and then magkano yung total spendings ko for that particular supplier. Okay. And so for supplier Ace Hardware, ito lahat ng mga PO ko sa kanya. And we also have for per project, no? Ayan. Search. So ito naman siya. So ayan, so for the De La Cruz residence na project, so isang PO pa lang naman yung nakikreate natin. Ayan. So ganun lang din, no? Ayun. So basically, ganun lang kadaling gamitin yung ating software, no? For your business. So I think that's all for the features na pwede kong i-share ngayon, no? But anyway, kung may time kayo mamaya, no, try nyo siyang i-explore and tingnan nyo kung ano pa yung mga pwedeng gawin sa ating software. Ang maganda dito, no, try it out, no, try nyo si Build. Build is a free software, no, walang mawawala if you try it out, no. So kung halimbawa we're able to improve your efficiency on doing your work, no, mas nakapag-collaborate kayo with your employees, ay mas maayos yung system nyo, and that's good for your company, no. Kung halimbawa ang ma-improve natin is yung profit natin, no, kasi na-monitor natin every labas at pasok ng pera natin, then that's much better for our business. So let's try using Build cost control software, no, to do our cost control. So yeah, so I think now we can entertain yung mga questions na ng mga tao, no. Ayun. So I think Sir Patay, if you can help me answer din yung mga ibang questions that we have. So I think we can read. Yung first question would be.
Okay, I think we can.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Sir Gerald. Maybe we can start the open forum na. So here we have our first question. Will there be an option for inventory monitoring for the excess material from Joy? Sir Gerald, can you?
Okay po, for inventory monitoring po, right now, si Build po, we don't have yung inventory monitoring talaga, no? For the excess materials, okay lang naman po yun kahit hindi nyo muna siya i-allocate, no? Kung may sobra, huwag nyo mo nang i-allocate, okay lang yun. And kung may magkakaroon kayo ng project in the future, you can allocate it to that project naman. So, ganun lang naman po siya. So, di naman natin kailangan i-worry yung excess materials.
So, let me add a bit, Gerald.
Okay po, sure po, sir.
I think I have seen some cases of managed inventory. So, they can create a project called inventory. So, project doesn't mean like construction project only. It is a cost center. So your office is a part of the is a cost center, right? And your inventory or your warehouse is also an inventory, is a cost center as well. So you can just create your warehouse as a project. And once you have excess materials from construction site, you just put it into the inventory that is physically, but for your cost allocation as well, you have to allocate it into cost to project on Build too. And you can, it is a basic inventory management, not just a count of individual materials. So you can just at least know about the cost of the inventory by peso, not just by pieces. This is a basic inventory that we can apply using Build. Yep. Hope that can be applicable.
I think that answered the question. We have another question. Do you have an app for mobile phones?
So for build cost control, we don't have an app for mobile phone because of most of the, you can see this is a paperwork. You create a complex spreadsheet on mobile phone is not that easy. So we decided to make a web app, and anyway, you can use on your mobile phone if necessary. Small screen, but yeah, you can at least approve or allocated it. This is for cost control, but for other service, actually, our group, we have an application for quality control. We have application for service management, but that is not in cost control module. Yes.
Okay. So, do we have any more questions? You can raise your hands if you have any questions. And
okay.
There are a few questions more to that.
So should we opt to migrate to another platform in the future? So this is a question from Canizares. Okay. Jose Diego. Can all the data of the company can be downloaded? Actually, it can be exported into CSV or spreadsheet format. But if you need help, I think we are happy to support you export your company data into some certain format. So this is free software, free support. You might not easily find this kind of service, but it's true. Let us help you if you need to migrate out. The next question from John Michael Chan. Can you add roles to the cost control list? I mean, if you mean cost code list, yes. Basic is 99 cost code template. But if you have specific needs to modify that cost code, yes. I have case of some contractors from Indonesia. They made like 300 cost codes. But as I say, too complex is not easy to use for your staff. So try to make it optimum, not too less or not too complex. Yep. Is this only advisable for contractor? Can it be used by other category like suppliers, architects? Yeah, actually, it can be applied to any project-based management. You can be architect. You can be, if you are the architect as a designer, you want to control your design project cost. From the start, when you're talking to customer, you have transportation, you have mock-up, modeling, and until your project finish, you have to visit site a couple times to monitor the project cost. You can be applied. Or if you are like event organizer, stage management, or concert organizer, you can use it in here and in Thailand. We have that kind of user as well. For suppliers, actually, in case of suppliers, I don't think that it's applicable that well because of supplier is not operate themselves as a project base, right? So they sell it monthly sales, they track their sales activities. We have another software for suppliers. So yes, as I say, we have plenty of software to serve people in construction industry. So suppliers, we have another, not built. Okay. What are the features that we can get for the pro? Customize it to our needs. If you are pro, at least you get more reports. A couple more reports. And other benefits. You got badge, you got some promotion. I mean, to promote your company to the end customer. And you also have some special discount from construction materials. You may have some special discount to another solution, another platform that our partner or our internal service. How to remove a team member, particularly who does resign employee. So Gerald, can you show?
Sure. For removing employees, so just go to this manager module again. sa team section, no, select nyo lang yung employee na gusto nyo. So, kunyari, Meryl, Ann, and open nyo siya. Then when you open your employee, you can actually edit, no, pwede nyo palitan yung roles niya. So, kunwari, na-promote yung employee nyo, you can add more responsibilities by editing the roles, no. Kung nag-resign na siya, you can delete, no. Once deleted na or wala na sa list manager nyo yung employee niya na yun, kahit mag-login pa siya sa ating software, no, hindi niya na mabubuksan yung inyong company. So, you just delete the employee to remove it from your list manager.
Yeah.
So, ganun lang siya.
And the last question is there any firewall or security features to ensure that no one can hack or no info will get lost? So we try our best. We have security, as you see in front of the URL, you see the security icon here. So we have installed the security features from our server. We are on AWS, Amazon Web Services, and we have backup site. But I say we try our best. Even NASA can be hacked, right? We are construction tech company. Of course, we try to prevent it as our best measure. But anyway, I don't think that how the hacker want our purchase the data for what, I don't know. But I hope that you buy cement from this price, I buy cement at another price. But it doesn't make sense to hack this kind of information. It's a past data as well. It's not future, or it's not. You don't worry about your competitor, right? Because this is the awarded project, so you compete with yourself to reach your goal. You didn't compete with another contractors or another architect. So that's why we understand that this is a sensitive issue. We don't want you to just upload that your bidding BOQ or bidding information. In that case, the hacker might want that kind of information. Yeah, of course, data privacy, we comply with GDPR from European standard.
Okay, so I think that's the last question.
Yep.
So we can move on. We have Architect Robert. He has something to input for the exam.
Okay.
So get away, Architect.
Thank you, Dante. So for the information of everybody, again, this is just some administrative information related to PRC or the Professional Regulation CPD requirement. I would be showing this one. You need this information in order for you to be able to take the examination. The link to the examination will be sent to you in a while. Please take note that the information is case sensitive. This will allow that only those who attended the seminar would be able to properly take or would be able to take the exam. Okay, so in a while we will be posting the evaluation link. Please evaluate first. After you receive, after you are done with the evaluation, the seminar's evaluation, you automatically would receive the information on where you can take the exam. Okay, so again, we will only be giving you the link for the evaluation. After you do the evaluation and submit it, you will automatically receive the link for the examination. And as for the examination, you have until 11:59 tomorrow evening to answer the exam. Okay. Before we end, since I'm already here naman lang, I'll just proceed. Allow me to thank our sponsors and our speakers for tonight. Let me share my screen for a while once again. Okay, so this is our, let me start with our certificate of appreciation to Mr. Patay for his assistance and his company's assistance to this event. Oops, sorry, let me, for a while, sorry. also to Mr. Gerald Compagnano for facilitating the workshop for tonight. And finally, we would also like to thank our sponsors. Of course, we have Book Philippines as our gold sponsor. And then we also have AAC Light Strong as one of our sponsors for this event. And then we have, we have Davis Paints. And finally, this event would not be possible without the sponsorship as well of the University of San Carlos Architecture Graduate Program. Thank you very much for your assistance and for introducing to us this novel program. Okay na, Tidans?
Okay, so I think we're done.
Okay, for a while there, before we end, let me share first the link for the evaluation again. It's here. Everybody, please take note of this evaluation link that I have shared in the chat box. Again, please do the evaluation first, and afterwards you will have the chance to answer the examination. And after successfully, you need 80% to be able to pass the exam, and after which we will be sending to you your certificate of completion a few days after you complete the examination. So if there are no other questions, or you can also contact directly Sir Gerald and the whole book team if there are other concerns that would that you have in mind or that you will encounter later on when you start to or do the program that they introduced tonight. And then this is the link. Okay, na the dance. I think the last portion would be the photo op. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Everyone, if you can show your cameras so that we can take a photo. So
sorry, Tidan.
You can help me, Kuan, with the print screen.
Yes. We have assigned somebody to do the print screen since there are 7 pages of us here tonight. Please just smile, and then we will be moving with the next submission, the next pages. So please just continue smiling until we are done. Since again there are 7 pages of us here tonight. A few more. I think it's Cheryl who was assigned. Please just inform us, Cheryl, if you were able to capture everybody already.
Yes, no problem, sir.
Okay. Dana?
Wala pa. Na po sa page 2, sorry. Okay. Napa ko around sa page 4, sir.
Ay, no, okay ra. I was able to help you with the other pages, man.
Alright, sige.
So, I think, okay na. Dan?
Okay, so everyone, thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope we learned a lot from our speakers. And if ever you'd like to review the video, there's a video recording, I believe, and you can just review it in the chapter page. But if you're not part of our chapter, maybe you can request from our officers. And anyway, thank you once again, and don't forget to submit your evaluation so that you can get the link for the exam. Okay. Thank you
very much. And once again, thank you to our sponsors. Have a great evening.
Bye guys. Good night.
Good
Bye,
night. For the officers, please kanang remain lang sa for a while.
Okay, noted, sir.
Malaking tulong po kasi po nung wala yung marker, lagi po sila nagdidikit-dikit. Dahil po doon sa marker, napapanatili po namin yung physical at social distancing habang nakapila. Nagiging responsable po yung mga mamimili po natin dahil po doon sa marker na nalagay ng label.
With those markers, nagiging conscious yung tao. So, pag nakita nila yon, nasusunod naman nila that they use that for physical distancing through those markers.
Dali lang ha. Hello, ma'am. So, sir, ma'am. Control, ma'am. Capital letters. Yes, ma'am. Mabalik ka na siya, ma'am. I-refresh lang. Sige, ma'am.